Paul Dong joins me now from Beijing. He's co-founder and sports industry observer at EI Asia, as well as a sports and culture commentator here at CGTN. Great to see you, Paul.
Hi, Elaine.
So we heard a lot of jubilation and despair among the athletes. I'd like to get your reaction to some of the latest headlines there in Beijing, and then look ahead to the events getting underway on Thursday.
Well, absolutely. Most attractive would be on the skating rink, where men's figure skating final round. I mean, the free program will be unveiling, and of course, there are not many home players. I mean, home skaters to follow, but the Chinese fans are indeed open enough to embrace the highly expected performances by Han Yu, by Nathan Chen, by a lot of other foreign skaters. I think that's going to happen, what's going to happen in the morning. And of course, Yunfei just mentioned that the ice hockey match between China and the U.S., which will very likely be lopsided, one-sided, favoring the U.S. heavily. But I think the Chinese fans and also the mass population's attention are mounting up on these games now.
Well, China already on the leaderboard, on the medal board rather. How are some of the other Chinese athletes faring at the games? Gold for Elaine Gu so far, but what about some of the others?
Well, I think China's number one priority, I mean, for the athletes and their delegation is try to field at least one athlete in each of the 15 disciplines, and China has already achieved that. And we don't realistically have the expectations for some of the like biathlon and the skiing athletes to finish among the top. Some of them finished well outside of the top 40, but they already beat their own expectations. And I think Chinese fans, pretty new to most of these winter events, are trying to get themselves ready for the fascinating performances by foreign athletes first, and then they are okay with better than expectation or beating themselves, their own records by home athletes. They are fine with such results. So when it comes to medal expectations, at this stage, we've already have 3 gold medals and a few silvers. Don't forget that 4 years ago, until the very last few days, China didn't get this first gold yet. And so it's already much better than 4 years ago. And next, Elaine would have 2 more medal events in which she would have even greater chances for the gold medal, and a few other snowboarding athletes, and of course, short track speed skating still have a few other events.
Paul, I want to ask you about another story that's sort of making headlines. We're awaiting the results of an investigation, legal investigation, but there seems to be questions surrounding a Russian skater and a positive drug test. What are you hearing there?
I don't have any, very concrete, following up on that. I'm also waiting for the official announcement in that regard, Elaine.
All right, well, see that you keep us posted. Paul Dong in Beijing. Thank you as always for joining us.
Sure, I will. Thank you for having me.